Hello, welcome back to your channel of Free Learning. This gives you opportunity to boost your skills. This gives you an opportunity to upskill and upgrade, which in turn impacts how you deliver at your workplace, or just you need it on your own. You can do a lot of activities. You can organize your documents. We'll see how you can do your personal budgets and so forth, just from the skills you are learning from this platform. So in the past videos, we saw how to navigate Google Drive, how to use Google Forms, and our next move is to Google Slides, which if you know how to use Microsoft PowerPoint, you will easily realize how this is very simple. It's just transferring the skills from PowerPoint to an online form of it. So we have different ways to access this. You see, I am already logged into my email. Now I still come here on multiple dots, which gives me Google Apps. Then I click Google Apps. You still see a number of apps. Then I scroll down up to Slides, which is our focus today, Google Slides. Then I click. You can easily see that a new sheet is opened. And before moving in, I can just talk about what I am seeing on my page, which will be the similar thing if you haven't tried Google Slides before. Now you can see start a new presentation. You see blank presentation, your big idea. These are templates like suggested for you to try them, but you still have to choose anything of your choice. You see your big idea, photo album, wedding, so forth. Now you see like here, recent presentations. This is, if you remember, if you have watched the video about navigating Google Slides, there is a single slide that I tried building, just trying to show you what you can do from Google Drive. Then this is it. This is the one I had, and I'm going to get it deleted for us to see how we can just build ours from scratch. If for those who have not watched the very first video about Google Drive, like if you have no slide or no pipet here, this is what you have. No presentations yet. Select a blank presentation or choose another template above to get started. Yeah, this is what you'll be having. And here, owned by, this is showing you who created the video or who is having ownership. Because in some cases, you can transfer the ownership to someone else who hasn't created the video in the first place. So now I believe here you have no concerns or questions, and they are good to move. And my preference is always to go on with a blank slide. Let's go with a blank slide. We have it opened. You can see untitled presentation. You can see an automatic slide is added. You can see click to add speaker notes, import theme, click to add title, themes. In this presentation, slideshow, help, like I'm trying to show you different things that you immediately come up with once you land here. Now let's give this a title. Let's call it Google Slide Practice. Unlike Google Forms, when you give it a title, like it's immediately copied there. I believe here we have to get it there on our own. Hello, the same thing, copied there automatically. I didn't press it. It was there automatically. That's pretty cool. So this is the title, and click to add a subtitle. Maybe we can give it a subtitle. Here you can say the person developing the slide or just anything else. Let's say research preparation. Any title, whatever. You can give it something else, or you can just have your name. like table, something like that. Now, what happens, like we have been able to add a title. How about now if we want to add more details or more content on the slide? Then we need to add more slides or do something else. We have multiple options here. You can see hovering over this plus sign, we have new slide or Control plus M. Now let's add a new slide. Let's give it a title again, like introduction. Here we have like a space to add details. You can add like content words, you can add images, you can add tables, you can add graphs, different things. You can add like shapes, like a rectangle, a triangle. Like let's try to see what happens with insert tab. Like you see insert an image, upload from computer, search the web, GIFs and stickers, drive, photos, camera, where you are, like add text box. Like you can add text box where you write words, but they're not filled in entire slide, but only in the text box you've added. Add shape. I talked about shapes. We can maybe add, let's add a rectangle. You just have to do like this. And inside the rectangle, you have like an option to add in text. You see edit text. Then this shape shows the size of the building, maybe something like that. On the other side, we still can add different things. You can still add a chart, maybe bar chart. Setting the bar chart. Now we see it comes and immediately fills the entire slide, but you can resize it. You can see, you can minimize, you can make it big again. You have different things that you can do on the chart. And of course, you can't immediately add a chart and the thing to easily fit in the way you want it. You will have to resize, you'll have to reposition, because Google Slides make it easy to have a lot of content in a very small or short document, because you can get a lot of information together with using charts, graphs, and so forth, or tables. I am not going to manipulate any of these because I'm giving you like a few details on how you can do things. We have separate time to deal with how to manipulate charts, how to manipulate images, and so forth. Now, what if you want to change the layout of this slide? You can maybe do like this, apply layout. You see cut, copy, paste, new slide, duplicate, skip slide, change background, apply layout, or change theme. You have a lot of things to do here. Maybe let's change it to title and 2 columns, something like this. Is it changing or taking some time? I can need to do the process to see what happens. Yeah, I think it's done. Yeah, you can see like the shape is in its separate part, and now the chart is also in its separate chart. You can see the title still above because we chose a slide with one title but two parts of the slide, 2 sections. So let's add another slide, and of course you need to be informed that when you click this plus sign, the similar page will be added in accordance to the current one where you are. Like when I am here with the 2 parts and I click plus, I will still have the same thing. You can see. Now let's say details. I'm now going to show you how you can add a table and a few other things, and we call it a day for just seeing how to add a Google slide. Now let's go on table. Like on table, you have to be informed about the number of columns or rows you would like to have, even though you can still edit later, but in the start, you need to highlight the rows or columns you would like to have. And rows are these ones going the straight line, and columns are the ones going downward or the vertical. Now you can see. You can still resize. You can see it's bigger than a single portion of the slide. We chose to have two sections, but it was filled in the entire slide. Then that's why I did this resizing. Can change it like the borders. You can do a lot of things. You can type in some words. Let's say trees. You can do a lot of things on the table, and we still again have some time viewing how to, like learning how to manipulate it. What else can we talk about here? We can also, of course, add, let's add an image. Why not? Let's upload from my PC. I have a lot of photos or images. Let me try this. Yes, I can try this. I don't need to go far away looking for a different one. This is it. Also, there are multiple changes that you can have or that you can apply on this image, but we are not going into much details. I want you to see the technical part of it. Just how to add things. We see how to manipulate each of these items separately. Now, you still see click to add speaker notes. When a professional person is presenting, they don't have all the details shown on the slide that the audience will see. Instead, they will have some details added here, which can help them while they are presenting. In some cases, you might need to read. Let's say you're talking about some research findings. Let's say you researched about effectiveness of digitalization in the education setting. Then you have details about maybe, let's say you realize that digitalization creates gaps in student growth, especially in remote areas. For instance, you don't need to have all these details on the graph. You can highlight it just reading from here. While people watching will not see it when you're presenting or when you're playing your slideshow. People will not be able to see this on their screen. We can also see, like I talked about slideshow. I am shortly showing you how to do it. We still have a lot of other features here that I will manipulate in other sessions. Like we have file, we can do a lot of things. We have edit, to have view. Instead, we talked about format, slide, like still adding new slide, deprecating, deleting. We have arrange, tools, extension, and so forth. What is still important is just showing you how to present when you are in a meeting, a virtual meeting, or when you are presenting to a physical audience. You may need to present or slide show. Slideshow is presenting to them so that these speaker notes will not be visible. Let's say you will not show off the key individuals in your audience, and on the very first slide you highlighted like those titles: Minister of Education, maybe Minister of Health, and so forth. You don't need this to be presented, but you have it down here for you to read when you are presenting.